The next place that you need to have your investment is your business. Is your business. Is your business. So I could say the next place you need to invest is yourself. Because I always say invest in yourself so that you can increase your earning capacity. What can you do if you don't have money, if you don't have anything? What can you do to yourself that will make you more sellable and charge more or do something else? Are you hearing what I'm saying? That is investing in yourself. So I always say that if you are broke, the first thing that you invest to is not a business. You invest in yourself. How can I invest in myself so that myself can start to earn more money and start to get more money? You understand what I'm saying? So a few years back, I was a GP, general practitioner. So general practitioners, at maximum, they charge $27 or $20. When the application is $15, $10. It's $10 for a GP. When the book is $10. 10. And the guy will be saying, I am so busy. And they don't got a busy. I don't want 50. I started going on 10. You get what I'm saying? All right. So I got on 50. At $10, it's $500. True? So I invested in myself. So I went back to school and became a specialist. My consultation now is 150. So here, I go on 50 the whole day. In Drugono on 5. From 10:30, because I see my patients for 30 minutes. 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12, 12:30. Now that time. At that time, ndaita mari nemunhu atanga na 8. Ari kwezo so achiri kuona chi vanhu. You get what I'm saying? And tikubveko takabata the same amount of money. What is the difference between him? We are all doctors, but in him I have increased. I've invested in myself as an asset. I went to Kuchikoro for 5 years. Kundite masters and dinayo. Inundipa kuti ndikwanisa kucharge 150. And I no charge 150. Why are people not coming? Because you have not invested in yourself. So I'm saying with anyone or any one of us, wherever you are, you can invest in yourself so that you can start charging more and demanding more. Your salary goes up, what you can charge goes up because you now know more. The more you know, the more you can charge. So investing in yourself. So remember, I also said one day, some time ago, that you are the company. If you don't have a company, don't say I'm working for. No, you are the company. You are working for Priscilla Private Limited. You are working for Takunda Private Limited. You are a company. Treat yourself as a company. Invest in your own company. If you don't have money, you first invest in yourself. So the question is, before the year is over, what can I invest myself in? What can I invest into to myself? Such that by January, the amount that I'm able to charge increases. Or I'll be able to do other things that increase the money that comes to me. So you are an asset. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Now, when you have increased the money that comes to you, you then go and invest in your business. What is the business? A business is a system that works without you. You can work in it, but it doesn't need you to generate money. You understand what I'm saying? All right? So the first thing is yourself. Then system. All right? Then when you have done that, so it's now able to generate money and pay you, So most of the money that we now have is not coming from my work. The work that I do is so little. It's less than the money that I generate by myself, me working, is less than 25% of the money that comes to me every month. It's less than. So that's why I can afford to travel and go to America. After 1 month, this number saying that. Let me not go there. Let me not go. So I can go. And I have done it, and I do it every year to see whether my systems are working. Saka ndinoskozoka ndinambosenza kana kurese ndisvika mari ichikopinda dzibhadhara vanhu vese saka maweke zonge saka vachabhadhara sei. No, I've got systems that work while I'm not there. So I invested. So how did I make those systems? The money that I started to make was now more than the money that I needed to keep myself. And I kept myself. I did not increase my expenses, so that the extra money I can put it into my business. All right. So for 10 years, I will tell you, while others were staying Kunana Borodale, Kunana Avondale, Kunana Del. I hear them say, I was staying Kumayambara Kuchitungis. And people ask me, why are you going Kuchitungis? It's far. Transport. But the cheapest living expenses for me. And the gap between my living expenses, Vikoko, and living my expenses, Angoku Avondale, that's the money that I used to invest into my business. So I invested into my business to such an extent that after 10 years, that same business managed to take me from there into Kuma Avondale. No, not into a rented house, but into my own house that I built. At that time, it took me 750,000 to build the house. And all that came from the business. So if you don't sacrifice now, which is the investment, you are not going to have the lifestyle that you want. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But we can all not be friends. Who knows what I'm talking about? Yeah. We all can't be. Says. Are you hearing what I'm saying? There's only one says. So I'm telling you, you can do it and make it by doing things properly. But you don't want to sacrifice for your future. And I was able to sacrifice going all the way there. Yes. When I was there at Kariku south of Samora, and I got Garab south of Samora for 10 years. But who is smiling now? Who is rolling now? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you hearing him say? Yeah. Yes. No pressure. Because I managed to put my house in order. Is this helping? All right? Because I want to be practical. All right. So then you can go to real estate. So when my business started to make money, I made sure I increased the business. So I started with 1 hospital, 2 hospitals, and I was just spreading the businesses. Until the business now hit Angawanda. Then I started to go into real estate. So now my real business is real estate. But how did I finance the real estate? I financed the real estate from my business. But you cannot start with real estate because real estate needs a lot of money. How do you start the money? From your business. How do you start the business? From yourself. How do you start yourself? You invest in yourself. Almost or not, it's. So now I'm into real estate. I'm doing land development. I'm doing buildings. I'm doing shops. I'm doing my garage, my GG. So I've got residential, commercial, my shops, my GG, my ekutengesa. Izo so mangwana ndukutenda kuno chaga farm. Chaga farm. And I was saying, do the farm and my title deeds. And so that in my offer letter. The title deeds. So mangwana for the next 3 weeks, every week, ndukenda ndeti on a farm. So mangwana ndukutenda kuno na farm. The next week, Dovanda Tenga. Real estate. So because it's better to do land banking. And so for you, when you're starting, if you've got money, instead of keeping a lot of money, once Maria go for 6 months, you are better off keeping that money in land. Because land will appreciate. For example, I bought a certain land. I was employed by a certain company. I didn't need the money, so I took all the money, bought land. I bought this 2,000 square meters. I bought it for 75,000. I didn't do anything. Even I didn't know where my stand was. Then somebody called me and said, it was after 18 months, I gave 150,000. And I didn't do anything. Pastor didn't oh, Makasa, and that census. You get what I'm saying? Then andaziva kuti munhu anga atondivhara anga angada kundipa 150 because land ikoko yakuita 200. Saka anga atowana munhu anomupa 200 ini ondipa wire 50 obva atorova ka50. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Ini ndisingatomboziva kuti land yangu yaita se yadai so, because land will always appreciate. Why? Because they are not making any more land. And listen to this. What was a village today would be a city tomorrow. And for most of you are young. Look at what happened to Dombosha. Dombosha was rural. Look at it now. Imagine if there were only 1 hectare Dombosha business, you'd be pretty. Outanga ku divide. She tengesa uchita to my 400. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But kudara one why tenga dunduru 450. Which is about a hectare or something like that. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So I'm saying land is so key. And I want you to start to get money before what that has bought 10, which you not going to fit wonder pamba. Especially us, we want to see so many cars. But what is the value of the cars that I Zakasana pamba? We put in the motor 5, but to me, in motor 1, because we take a land cruiser 1, motor 2, and so I'm going to one. Once I name motor Zakawanda, una motor Zakawanda. Unem skoro ni Zakawanda, not motor. Hello. Say, I think the dog is talking to you. But I'm saying, instead of having 10 cars, 5 cars, better to have 5 stands. Have 2 cars, the rest go into land. Let that car be into land. It's better when you take an hour with something, when you think you actually get value for that. It better. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So I mean to what is called land banking. I buy and hold. Don't go mirror. So my net worth now, 50% of it is driven by my land holding. And it's in the millions. We're doing it recently with Pastor D when we're doing our net worth, because every time we want to see how much worth we are. Half of our net, or 60% of our net worth is being driven by our land holding. And when did you buy that land? 2012, 2015, 2017, 2020 chakut. And you're just accumulating. When you bought it, it was like nothing. But when you now put it together with the now prices are repo. And listen to this. Let me tell you the statistics. There are more young people in Zimbabwe right now. Most people are under the age of 30. They are not married. They don't have kids. So in the next 10 years, they are going to be married. Even if they are not married, they are going to have children out of wedlock. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Okay? And so the population is expected to double. We are 16 million in 2020, 40, 2020, 50, which is 20 years from now. The population is expected to be around 40, 45 million Zimbabweans. And they are all rushing for the same land. And Harare yakatopera, Bulawayo yakatopera, that's why we're now going to surrounding cities. So those surrounding cities which are cheap now, in the next 10 years, in the 2020, 30, they'll be expensive. And in where you would have bought them now, by the time Panushika, millionaire. How? Appreciation. Because wangaone investment mindset. But iwewe une bowling mindset. Udakuonekwa Are you hearing what I'm saying? The people that see you in the new car, they comment you once. Next week every day. You understand what I'm saying? But your land will continue to appreciate. So that's what I've done. So my land now has made me a rich man. And so now I can send my kids to schools. One of my children, I've got 2 girls, they're all in university. The other boy is here, he's learning. Grade 7, but I'm trying to let them know about business. The fees there is 70,000 a year. Okay? So the money that you think you need in your life is too little for social media. Party of Italy, are we quite in the Mario one day? Hello? So most of us, ndakabata 2,000 in that ball. No, you know what a ball. You don't go a ball at that level. But at the new level, that money is nothing. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So you need more money than you think. Let me move. So, stocks. I also have got stocks. So I'm just telling you. So I'm invested. So all these things I've got cash. I've got businesses. I've got real estate. I've got stocks. I've got stocks inside the country, outside the country. I own stocks in the hundreds of thousands. Are you hearing what I'm saying? 6 buckets. So I make sure that each bucket, the only thing, I'm a commodities and stand up crypto, gold, and silver. But I want to go for silver, I want to go for crypto. Insurance, I've got life insurance. If anything happens to me, my family will be given millions. In fact, I realized by talking to my vet, padik aenda ku weekend aenda ngeze asi muri kusenza pabasa one. In fact mukutambira mari yakafanana. But you want to understand one life carry bet. Now, we can talk about black tax, which is there, but in actual the financial planning. Because what these guys did is good. Vanima life assurance. And they know good average life span yemuvet or yemun is about 78 or chagut. So they know that 78, 70 something go nungwakufa. So they do a life insurance. You know, go about 10 million. So Panos go for one goes ba ma 10 million. Iwo mam darago Panofa, Uro ampama ye bill, Apana Gua, Apana Chagut, Uruku achieve basket. Are you hearing what I'm saying? The basket is Chicago. Am I talking to somebody? So I said no. In fact, can a wild thing to marry go for life insurance? So that if anything happens to you, while you are still growing, if anything happens to you, if anything happens to you, your kids will not drop. You know, the quality of life, because of life assurance. In fact, in a life assurance, net disability insurance. You could if there's anything that's called a gumacha concerned about do poor footy, you may marry not to live. So I realized by talking to my vet, no. Vanilla life assurance, they pay it, and the whole life. So Panofa, pinda mu family. So family is required to take life assurance. Every time a death. That's why he was a good person. He's a my God. I am saying, Wakasirgo 1 million. No, he was a good father. He was a good husband. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Was the 10 meters? I say, I had to waro. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So I realized good. They then perpetuate their financial wellness because they've got insurance. Vangani insurance, wakafa, money is paid. The only insurance is wakafa, you are buried. So Narazo is the only one because all your money is for you to be buried and nothing else. After burial, mawan. So mawana my investment buckets. And now is yours. And I started them because in the investor mindset. Are you getting it? Now, why I'm telling you this was at one emar is gonna white amar who said zungu. Because I can see you this around about it's easy. Zeta zungit. And I have seen my boy Tichita Zungu after man without taking care of these investments. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That's why we're not after 5 years old. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Even at Ndaka broker, as child, it's impossible. Because I've got buckets of investments. Is that helping? Now let me move first. This is 7. Let me just. So, number 1, investors mindset. I've taken time there, but I'm just trying to open your mind so that you can see when you've got money. Don't start to waste your money. There are places where you need to hide your money. And when you put your money there, we tell you good, you must not eat you must eat the babies and you must not eat the seed. What am I saying? Eat the profits from your sweat. Eat the profits from your money. You must ask your money that you make before you use it. How can I make more money from this money? Okay? So the money that you make, we call it aggressive income. It's your sweat. It's your sweat income. It's aggressive income. The question, what makes you rich is your passive income or money that does not need you to be created. But what you do is to ask God, Mariandina, can I invest this money then so that I can start eating the babies and not eat the money? So that's what I do. Every time that I want to marry, I say, where can I put this money so that in the next 5 months, 3 months, 1 year, this money can start giving me money for the rest of my life or for some time. I would rather put my money there. You understand what I'm saying? There was a guy who came to me. He was a member of my church. Remember, I'm a pastor. And this guy got somebody, I come for 5,000. After I pour 5,000, he then said, he came to me and said, the pour 5,000, oh, miracle, miracle. Sure, it was a miracle. Because just imagine, oh, 1,000. It was one, I see it in the one start. In his mind, he said, without tenga more than that, no, I was tenga more. Because that's our mindset. We've got a consumer mindset. That who tenga more, I punish and get. Investor that money. Okay, I've about but couldn't deeper about 900, 1,000 every month, 1,500. Like she save a Mario for 3 months, 4 months, watching a motiago, but capital yagochi, unai, Avamira 4 months, Anika mota, Maria Ishiripo, Ishiruku spinachi, my babies. Dog knows are good. Eat the babies, you don't eat the seed. And most of you have eaten your seed. You should not be where you are. You should not be as broke as you are. But the last time you got poor, 1,000. Jean, Jordan, golds, iPhone. Are you hearing what I'm saying? What did? What took us to square one? You are a fool. Because a fool spends all they get. Wise people invest and then they eat the profits. And Sakandaka, kama profits angu. Mariangu chiripo. Next month, at Zokash. Even if I make a mistake with the profit, next month, another opportunity to do something. You won't get a mistake in Mario. Gone for the next 2 years. Unengo akacha. Ujit, eva na wabatsire, eva ni tefa ngati batsira ne muno. No, awubatsiri ke wewe. Because every time wakabatsiro wakachgachi. Am I talking to somebody? We must eat, say I must eat babies and not the seed. All right. Social media is still the marketplace. It's crowded. Everybody is there putting a lot of content, nonsense. So you need to find a way to stand out, bring value, don't just put flyers, put a small video. Videos tend to do better. Give information. Those who are giving information tend to do better than Manarongot. Tasa Jandaita, but Tarogot, Masola Anasian. Kune Masola Nova, Nemasola Noga. How do you test? Ongo Paka 130 minutes. So this is, if you want quality, you know where to find us. You get what I'm saying? That you know more value than Ongot. That's a solar. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So you need to find creative ways of doing it. Am I talking to somebody? Say to your neighbor, I think the dog is talking to you. All right? And people are not going to come to you, so you have to go there and you have to compete. All right? Kana wakaonomari wo booster ombichana and things like that. Boost the $5, boost $10 so that it can go far. You at some point, waka booster this week as wrote mangwana wananoka saram shop. Because people what you want to have, they don't need your services today, but they need it next month or Mona December. But vatoch bata. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So people come to people that they have seen, they have known. So get known, still be there. So if you don't remove yourself from social media, all right? But use the social media, and we talked about using social media the last time. Not Kusama Masu Inema. Nema stance. All right. Also, we are not networking. We are not networking. Networking is to create relationships. You come to this place, you leave. No, you have not known anybody, and you are not known by anybody. I always say, when you come to a group, try to get known. Try to what? Get known. All right? When I went into any group, I try to make sure dineta MC, dino presenter, dineta opening prayer, dineta something, dinonge chungo manya, kuti vanhu vaitese vandione. Because wakandiona pandozo approach, it will be easier because you have seen my face. And also, networking one-on-one, it takes so much time. Imagine if it takes me 5 minutes to just say, hi, Matthew. Oh, okay. I did 5 minutes. And I want to network with all of you. It will take me 3 years or 5 years to detail one-on-one with all of you. But if I stand in front of an audience and say, hi guys, I'm Dr. Chirisa, I'm a psychiatrist, and if you need anyone, and Alaska Fungwa, my drugs, family therapy, couples therapy, I'm your person, and you can come. That to advertise. In less than 1 minute, so many eyes have seen me. This is going live. So many eyes have seen me. But then get one-on-one to take me 5 years to get to all of you. So, Iwewe, you are too shy to be front. I'm going to tell her, and then I am not going to pass it. Just be in front. Are you? Just be in front of people. Say something. Be known. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Even if I go to, or what, I would say it says here, the gumbo and shorty, and it's Daguchen again. But when what would I say? Should you gonna quit? Say? Yeah. So, have my brand a kutu sikam. An audience sikam. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to figure black, you are figure pink. One of the things is it is strategy. Would you say? Okay. Be a bit crazy. Being an entrepreneur is being a crazy person. When I told people that we are going to start businesses, build hospitals, people said you are crazy. You get what I'm saying? But I said no. Marino Poor, specialist of England in Tunisia. I said no. I'm Marino Poor, specialist of American Tunisia. I said no. You get what I'm saying? And I'm living better now here, working, being an entrepreneur, than working in all those places. But you have to be a bit crazy. Some of you are too normal for entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship is not for normal people. Jobs are for normal people. If you want to become an entrepreneur, here you need a little bit of craze. Huh? All right? Okay, I need to move fast. One of the things that I've seen destroying my businesses are relationships. For those who are marrying now, your marriage is really a business decision. And a lot of marriages can kill your business if they are wrong. Because for 5 years, you are not serious about your business. So the peace of mind is very key. So if you are married, make sure that your marriage is tight. Because if Pagata problems, it's going to kill the business. If already is a business, because apparently it's just a waste. I'm telling you. So, you need somebody who will motivate you for your business, who understands that the business needs to. So, marry well. And for guys, I usually say, marry before you are too rich. Because that's when you really find true love. Because after that, you cannot tell the difference. You can't. Are you getting what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So when you that's when you really find true love. Nothing to offer. Una motor, kwanza utenga ungwasitengisa bundle $2. Are you hearing what I'm saying? The pizza is $5. True love. But in Nini, I found my wife and we were together. We slept on the floor. We grew together. You understand what I'm saying? And we are happy together. And that's what I advocate. Grow together. But she knew that I was an entrepreneur. And she knew that as an entrepreneur, I work hard. I cannot be home watching TV and my shops and see TV with you. I need to be somewhere making some money. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. If they cannot understand, then Apana would say, let's go for questions. I think my presentation is too long. Did you get something though? So let's get some questions. I've got roving mics. I've got a lady and a gentleman by name roving mics. You tell us the business you are in, your name, straight to the question. Let's start with the lady right here. Can you increase the volume for your mic, please? Okay, you can go.
My question.
Tell us your...
My name is Agnes. I'm from Muslim City.
Okay, and business?
I've got so many businesses.
Tell us one.
I sell Malawian rice.
Okay.
I'm an MC.
All right.
Yes.
Malawian rice. Those who need Malawian rice, that's the lady. Lift up your hand. Malawian rice. No, you will can watch you good in do. Hey. Momo now. Yeah, we need to promote. We are doing that so that she can be seen and promote her business. Okay, tell us. Ask your question.
I've been having this question ever since I've been coming for the business mentorship. You once mentioned about the life insurance, and you said, I don't invest here. So my question was, where do you invest? Where the investment will be proper?
Okay, so can I start one money invest? No, you get what I'm saying? Because it costs you money to invest outside. So I have life insurance. No, for example, Old Musha will give you life insurance, no HIV test, no nothing, but it only covers 75,000. And you can pay it. It's good because if anything happens to you, it can cover a lot of things. 75,000 is a lot of money. You get what I'm saying? But in any young way now, it's with an international company. So there are quite a number of them. Generali, Utmost Wealth. These are global insurance companies. So as you grow, so you also need to understand that this mentorship class is mainly for people who are starting. I do my special mentorship class, which are paid for and are in business at a certain level where we talk about these things. And some of the people that I hear, that I see, I've talked to them in person and I link them to those higher insurances. And some of them, same company, and where you can save money and you can be insured and things like that, and your investments are in house of men, and all those kind of things. All right? So the most important thing is get your level of money up. You will find good. My level, actually, I'm going to tell you, no, Maria, I just say, global. You get what I'm saying? But we don't want to say, so the minimum investment there, could 1.2. So you need to be investing 1.2 every month for them to take you. You understand what I'm saying? So until your money work us say 1.2, I can't talk to you about that. You understand? All right. But once we're poor, then we can say, good, okay, next level. My level. But for now, next question. Yes, please stand.
Thank you, Doc. My name is Leroy Joe. I'm a business development officer for my company, promoting hair, braids, weaves, skincare with my wife.
Okay.
My question to you is, you mentioned the last point where you say your marriage, if you don't get married while you're still rich, if you get married, your marriage should be well in business. I understand that maybe you are in business with your wife and there are certain decisions that you maybe make that either contradict each other in terms of your perspective, but once you reach a particular level, you get to understand where you are and you get to reach the same point. But what are the things that you could advise married couples or those who are in relationships in terms of starting a business together or consulting a business together to build a business that can generate great revenue or riches?
All right. So that's a very good question, because a lot of young couples in Zimbabwe are starting businesses together because they'll be having one start. So they'll rather concentrate on something and then they are all in there. But what they need to understand, number one, is that the business is the business. Marriage is marriage. The challenge that we have is that people don't have that separation. It crosses over. So when you are angry at home, when you come to Basa, you are angry at the customers instead of being angry at your husband. You understand what I'm saying? So what I suggest, if I would have it my own way, my suggestion is I would rather have you guys separate businesses. It's safer and less complicated. But with each one knowing what's happening in the other, with an overview kind of like thing. That's what I would suggest. But sometimes what you do is, because there isn't money to invest into two companies, you can start on one with a clear vision to say, we're going to grow this vision to this level. After this level, it invests into this one. You understand what I'm saying? The other thing is, while in there, that you actually, when you're running one business together, you actually need your marriage to be tight, especially on how you resolve conflicts. Because if you don't resolve conflicts well, it will spill into the business and will affect the business. You also need some guidelines in how you take money, how you help your in-laws, your relatives, what you do in emergencies. I had one couple that were together, and the man and the wife was saying, he's always taking money, and I don't get anything, yet I'm the one who's working the most. You understand what I'm saying? So there were problems there. So you want clearly defined who is getting what, how much is the allowance, how much is the salary, how much did you take home, and his and hers, so that there's some clear. So what you need if you're working together, there needs to be defined earnings, defined boundaries, who is doing what, so that in the morning, and it's a chair, madam, then I say chair, and you get what I'm saying, and you confuse your company, and we have seen a lot of that happening. And what the company will do, and the company will sort of like side with the one, but we also then employ our relatives. So and it's chaos. So what is needed is actually boundaries. So I would actually say, if you are running a business with your wife, you need to consult me. For the growth and peace and survival of that business. Or else, but that's being honest. Yes, next question.
Good evening to everybody.
Uh-huh.
My name is Tafaswa.
Yes.
I sell packaging products. So my question is like this. It is said 8 out of 10 companies, they do go out of business in the first 5 years in today's world. So what is the common mistake you see entrepreneurs are making?
All right. So it is very true that a lot of companies, 65% first year, and only 10% survive 5 years. And the thing is, it's lack of mentorship, lack of realistic goals, and running out of cash flow. Sometimes the thing that we have as entrepreneurs, we are so in love with our product or our service, but nobody wants it. You get what I'm saying? The effect on there's something wrong with your business model. You get what I'm saying? Because if people wanted it, you get what I'm saying? So what we need, and that's why we need things like this, where we actually learn practical ways of running a business and get some insights. So the purpose of mentorship like this is to actually help you survive those 5 years. And have the mind of managing money, have the right expectations, Know that you're going to go through some stuff and you have to work it out. You get what I'm saying? Show you how you market your business, how you sell, how you manage money, how you need to save for the rainy day. So those 3 months that you are saving is to save and actually save. It's actually to rescue your business. Some of it is not for you. Some of it is actually to rescue your business for a month when things don't go so well. So all those things are things that we teach you. So mentorship and following mentorship. The problem with us Zimbabweans, you come for mentorship kawan, pay. You are joking. You are joking. Yet you are running your business every day. You actually, the mentorship class at Nayo is actually too infrequent, even though it's once a month. But we actually need more, where we say, how do we manage money in business? And we have told you how to budget, how to do this. So if you go on our YouTube page, you will find hundreds of videos, how to manage money, how to sell, how to market, how to negotiate. So all those things are skills that you need as an entrepreneur so that you can increase your chances of surviving. Because most of us, we work for big companies. But in big companies, couldn't marketing department, one of marketing, couldn't finance department. But now when you're an entrepreneur, you are everything. But you do not know everything. You get what I'm saying? So you need to be taught and to be aware of those things so that you'll be able to increase your chances of survival. So what you need to me in Africa is we need more mentorship. But the people that are being mentored need to be serious. Because like this one is for free. But you still don't come. For free. You get what I'm saying? All right? But yet you still need the what? The mentorship. So for me, it's the mentorship. So then I was mentored. I will tell you, I did time management, Nanajo Chanakira, when he was still Kingdom, right in his office. I did building financial wealth, Nanon's Mr. Jokonya. He was the chief executive officer, with Confederations of Chagut. I did managing for success. Now, Mrs. Jokonya, she was the HR, something for Backlash at that time. I get mentored. So I know how to build teams. I know how to manage money. I know how to build wealth. I know how to be. You get what I'm saying? So all those people inputted into my life so that I become the person that I am today. You understand what I'm saying? Then I met a certain guy, this guy, not educated. Angari, I should deliver my paper in butcher over for butcher one. And now, I need 5 more. I need 40 more shops. The last time I talked to him, I collected my rentals 175,000 a month. So when you talk to such a person, you should be papa and so that shop. That goes out in to find out to my shop. You understand what I'm saying? Because you can see it working. Where is he staying? Borodo broke. The other time the kind of office work. In fact, the wife called me and said, "Mkoma kwa Arusha azopita." Takashuka office. Aruka nga newspaper. That who is Baba? Arusha azopita anga shona newspaper chimaka newspaper. Are you hearing what I'm saying? 175 is that say? Ichuya. Iwo ndo parukuti ni sound uchibvaruka ndabe but hapana chaurikuita. Because you were not mentored. You understand what I'm saying? So mentorship exposes you to the wisdom that you need so that you know what to do when the money comes. Two more questions, then we close for tonight.
Evening.
Yes.
I'm Samantha. I'm a sustainability consultant.
What does that do? What does a sustainability consultant do?
I help individuals or businesses be more conscious of the environment.
Okay.
Or how they run, or even personally, if you want to live a better life, be more green, take care of our planet.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and
Question.
still make a profit.
All right.
So I started my business outside of the country, and then I moved back home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I fell into the trap of I left my job a little bit too early.
Mm-hmm.
So currently I'm going through a few growing pains.
Mm-hmm. Financial challenges. Nice way of saying it.
How would you advise me? Like, what would be? How can I survive?
So, to me, it's easy. How far are you from the survival point? If you are still far, go back to your job. If you are near, push. And you get what I'm saying? So we need to have a practical approach. All right? So there are some people that will say, you know what? Get a job. Even there was one guy, he started a butcher. Got a butcher, 10,000. Then Ovaisa Mombe. Mombe Utanga Magista Venda, you're Vayaora. Avaisa H2, you're Vayaora. Ovatenga generator. Yechi3, generator or Rapega, you're Vayaora. Assistant Maria Utenga the next year. So now I'm going to Zogarabas. So Kaka Zogarabas. Ovatanga that butcher now again, but now without putting strength. So sometimes we need to be practical. If you can get the job, get it, it will stabilize you. Because sometimes when you are too anxious, your mind, you get what I'm saying? You are blocked. You are survivor. When you're in survivor mode, you're not thinking straight. All right? So you want to free your mind to think. So I would say, if you can get the job and reorganize your business. What you can do is you can get somebody who you can pay less money than you need, who can sort of like sustain, where you're like consulting and coming and chakoti and chigi after hours until that business starts to pick. Remember, I said you leave your job to go to a business when it is giving you money equivalent to your business for 6 months straight, not one contract. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that information, knowing what you know now, what should you do? So some of you, if you can go to the job and stabilize your economic and give you a bit of money to pump in there, it's better. Especially if the finish line or that break-even point is still far away. Or else by the time you try to get there, you'll be dead. And the business will die. Last question. So there are two questions. There are two people. Shall we listen to them? But you have to promise we all sit. Or you want to go? I'm going nowhere. I can. From me, I'm going. You're going to stay? Okay, let's have the two questions.
Good evening.
All right.
My name is Pascal Mujat. I am MD for a local company which is called Sprout Chemicals. It deals with agrochemicals,
Okay.
chemicals and fertilizers. So I wanted to ask in relation to what you previously said, that you have to separate your businesses. The company was working well when it was entangled to the sister company, but the moment I tried to separate it to be an individual company, now it's facing some financial challenges, which I'm not sure how I can solve that.
Explain the separation that you're talking about.
Okay, it outgrow itself from the sister company. It's no longer under one person. It's two different directors which are running two different entities.
But you are in both companies.
No, now I'm an individual. I'm no longer entangled to the sister company. I'm only standalone person.
So I always say that you must always interrogate why you are struggling. All right? All right. So what was happening in that company when you were affiliated to the sister company, which is now no longer happening, which is now causing the financial strain? You understand what I'm saying? Is it because you were a vertically integrated company? Were you horizontally integrated? Did you have your cost line under one place to say that your rent, your fees, your reception are all covered and you are sharing, but now you have to have all these costs directly to you? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to look at the business and say, what was happening when we were under this company and what is happening when we are all alone, now alone? What is the difference? How can we interface? And sometimes, don't let your pride, sometimes you can actually go and say, you know what, I think it's better if we go back to make sure you survive. You get what I'm saying? Or you have to look and say, how can we cover this gap or cut the cost? A lot of people have got offices that they don't need. They've got a lot of rooms that they don't need. I will tell you that until recently, I didn't have an office. In fact, in all my companies that I go, I don't have an office. I don't need one. But a lot of people have got an office, big screen, big chabut. But it's not generating money. You get what I'm saying? I need things. Everything that is in my business must be generating money. All right. I don't need nice things to have. I need things that generate money. So maybe you can say something about that. Then we go to the next question.
All right. In relation to what you were saying, okay, the sister company was mainly more responsible for all the expenses. So right now, I was thinking to invest into more like an investor. So I wanted to ask: is it a proper way to go forward an investor, or still buy into the sister company? And which best investor should I go forward with?
All right. So we now know where the problem is. Your cost structure is high. Your income is low. So there are two ways before you bring in the investor. You either decrease your expense line. What are the things that you have in your expense line? Go and list them. What are the things that you can cut down or decrease? If it's an office, can you co-share? Can you go to a cheaper one? And all those kind of things. Or you need to improve your sales. How much sales do you need? You need to know those numbers, your break-even point, your break-even numbers. So you've got two things. Either you cut your costs so that they are within your level and then you stop struggling. Or you increase your sales. All right? Because bringing in an investor, some of you have brought in an investor, and still the business goes broke because it's not producing income, and the money, yes, an investor, you can go but there are rent for 6 months. After 6 months, it's gone. So you have not solved the problem by bringing in an investor. You need to solve. I bring in investors only when I've got a sales problem where I cannot meet the demand, or my money is too little to meet the demand. At that time, that's when I bring in an investor to push the business, not to cover expenses. In terms of expenses, you need to bring down your expenses by yourself, because that is what is killing your business. You need to come and consult. Let's have another question. But you understand what I'm trying to say, right? It's the thinking that matters. So you can say that. Okay, last question.
Okay, my name is Panashe Sango from Genesis Printworks. I'm into design and printing. So my question is following up on the gentleman's question, where he asked when owning a business as a couple, it's best to separate, like you said. So my question is actually based on, when we separate the business, should the wife own all the shares and I own all the shares? What's the best way to handle that?
All right. So what I did with my wife is that the companies that we own, she's a director. But what we did is we separated concentration. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to the hospitals, even though she's a shareholder there, equal shares and everything, I'm the one I'm the operator on that side. She's got her own businesses that she operates on her own, where she makes decisions. You understand what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't want to make and say, I want blue sheets. Then she says, I want red sheets. Then you don't want that tussle. If it's not possible to do that, so it's not so much about the shares, it's about the duties and the decision making. Who makes the decision so that there isn't confusion in that company? All right? And if somebody has got issues concerning the decision you do, what is the protocol to reverse it without bringing confusion? Because people will then say, right there at the floor, no, and your people don't know who to listen to. So we must say, if you've got something let's discuss it on our own, so that when we are coming to our shop or to our people in the shop floor, we are speaking with one voice. You understand what I'm saying? Even if we are reversing, it's you who say, you know what? I think the negative is and I'm sorry. Let's keep it like that. You get what I'm saying? You have reversed it, but without creating camps and problems. That's what you need. But problem in it can be good. When you are like that, that company is in trouble. You get what I'm saying? So when we are saying go to separate, it reduces the conflict points. But I've seen companies work well together when the duties are prescribed. What do you do? Who makes the decision here? Who makes the decision? You can make a decision up to $1,000 without discussion. Anything after that, we need to discuss. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? And so that's the mechanics that you need. Or else you strain the company and you strain the relationship as well. This gentleman was really, all right, let's give him, that's the last test. Guys, we will stay here until 12. Huh?
Good evening, Doc.
All
Thank
right.
you very much for your presentation today.
Yes.
It's helping us small business owners. Just two quick questions. All right, sorry. My name is Collins. I run a business called Incredify. I'm trying my best to be present on social media. So I don't know if anyone has ever come across my brand. So it means I need to work hard.
You need to work hard.
Yeah.
What do you do?
We sell consumer electronics and our anchor product projectors, mainly for news.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So my first question is, what is the criteria that you use to take people on one-on-one mentorship?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The second question was, at what point do we formalize our small business? I know because you're a small business, you don't want to get Zimra registered and all these things. At what point do you think it's okay for us to?
Okay. So the first one, you can go by the information desk where the book sells and you ask for my manager called Mr. Raphael Konye. He will tell you what you need to do. When do you formalize? You formalize when it becomes necessary. There is a point in your business where operating without formalization is going to become impossible. You get what I'm saying? When you're selling bananas, you can sell bananas without any company, with no stamp, no office. But takuda my bank account, takuda at that time, that business. So don't rush to formalize. Okay? Because you are going to waste $300, $400. Put that money in the business, let it run. When it now needs to be formalized, the business will tell you that you can no longer go ahead without being formal. You understand what I'm saying? So let small businesses start, but the time is coming for you to totally formalize. Right now, I'm formalized. Paying NEC, NASA, what, all those things. You will, because you are now too big to be underground. It's so. But if you are still in the pocket and what, and in the briefcase, do whatever is necessary to grow the sales. But the sales will reach a point where it is impossible to get the next deal without papers. You formalize. You get what I'm saying? So I cannot tell you when. If you've got excess money, you can start formalized. You can have the papers. They are there, but they are not really working. When they are needed, you then pull them. Okay? Or you can just start working, and then when the papers are needed, you get the papers. You can get all those papers within a week. You get what I'm saying? So your business volume will determine when and what you need to do. All right.
For business, maybe generating revenue of, for example, maybe between 20 to 30,000 per month. Is it something that you think you need?
So definitely you need to formalize. 20,000, more than 10,000, you need to formalize. You need some papers. You need bank accounts. You are a person who is able to get bank loans and all those kind of things. You are actually killing your business by not formalizing, because you've got no proof of funds. You've got no evidence that you are growing the business, and you are stifling your growth.
Yeah, I
okay.
think because we always have a problem of cash flow problems.
Yes.
We're always chasing to make the next.
Yes,
payment.
but with 20,000 revenue, you can go to the bank, you get money at the cheapest rate instead of, and you can pay it over time, and you can actually put money in your business. So some of our businesses, we actually fund them through other people's money. Where do you get the other people's money? The bank. But the bank wants to see proof of income. If you are not formalizing, if you are not depositing, you can, even if you are handling money, you've got no proof, and they cannot give you, and they give you cheap money. So we have been given loans, bought machine, bought things, upgraded our business because we were formalized. So there is merit in formalization and also banking, so that you can then take advantage of cheap money. All right. I think we can be here forever. Did you get something today? All right. So I will say this.